What's going on, everyone? ODC, it's me, and I'm here with another action figure review. This is my review of the Neca Alien vs. Predator Masked Scar Predator figure. Comes in your typical sealed packaging here. This is a pretty... this figure's got some weight to it. Flipping around to the back shows the other figures, including Scar in the center, and his other two brothers as well. So that's pretty cool. Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's get Scar out of packaging and we'll take a closer look at him. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back with Scar out of packaging, and this is the one brother I really wanted to hunt down and get and add to my collection because, well, first of all, he's the final survivor at the end. He doesn't actually survive. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie by now. I don't know what to tell you. The movie's old as hell. He is the surviving of the three closest to the end. He actually does die. Gets killed by the queen alien, but he's the most interesting, and he's got the most character, I guess, out of the other brothers, because the other brothers, one died almost right away, and then I believe Chopper died from the grid alien. I'm not 100% sure on that. I might be mistaken which brother it was, but he does have some accessories. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 accessories, which is pretty cool. First one is his bladed knife, which is pretty cool. Bladed on both ends. Oh, I caught him. And he does actually have a sheath for his knife right on his ankle here, which is pretty cool. So that's nice, and that fits in there nice and snug. It doesn't fall out. That's really good. The one issue I think I have with this figure is that the upper body is pretty heavy. For these ankles, maybe I would have liked it if the joints were a little bit tighter on him. For the ankles, I feel like he's going to have a fall over syndrome. Hopefully not. But he also is included with another gripping hand for his right hand. Because right now he's got a closed fist, and then he's got an open hand right there. And then we have the gripping hand right here, in case you want to have him hold his staff right here. Pretty cool looking. It almost looked like it could extend for a second there. I was taking a look at it. But it looks pretty good. Nice detail here. So that's pretty cool. And he also comes with his, I guess you want to call this a bladed boomerang. I'm not 100% sure the official term. Let me know in the comments what the official term is for this. But looks pretty cool. I do remember him using it in the movie, so I'm not sure what this just pegged is in right here. And then he's got his pack with his cannon right here. If I can get and it's got a little peg hole, you just pop it right in like so. And then it sits on his shoulder, and I'll show you that in a second, but I want to show you that this actually can slide forward and back if you want it to. So that's pretty cool. And it goes on his back. I'm pretty sure it goes on his back. There's little peg holes right here, I believe. Maybe they go like this. No, they have to go like this. And like so. There we go, and it pegs right in. His hair does kind of get in the way a little bit, but you just have to kind of grab his dreads and move them a little bit. And then the cannon sits right over his shoulder like so. I think he still looks pretty good. It's pretty cool. If you want to pop the hand off, you can. It just pops off very easily. There's a little peg right there, and it pops back on. You can also swivel the wrist if you want to. I think he's supposed to have it like that, and he has these other two blades that'll peg right into here. If I can get them in there. There we are. There's one. And there we go. They just slide right in. That's what she said. And there you go. You have yourself a double-bladed Scar with his blaster cannon out. And then also, there's another feature on his wrist here for his self-detonator, which is pretty cool. And it just flips back up. No issue there. That's pretty cool. I like that. I really like the paint detail going throughout, and the paint shading going throughout his armor here. It looks really good. Nice worn. Also, he has the Scar, which was his, that's his name, Scar, on his mask here. It looks really cool. It's kind of like his calling card, So that looks good. And he's got his necklace here. That looks great. Really do like the armor that he's got here. Looks really, really cool. Like he's ready for battle. He's kind of leaning a little bit there. And also the blades on his feet here. They look pretty cool. Like this guy's definitely ready to go into battle and possibly die in battle. So really good solid figure overall. He's also got some, so it looks like gadgets over here. They almost look like maybe a communicator and maybe some sort of detonator over here. And he's got two other pouches on the back here. A nice, really nice job with the weathering of this brown here. It makes it look like it's almost like a leather. And then same thing with the underneath shorts, I'll say. And then lifting up there, you have his shorts continuing. So really good sculpt there. I mean, you're going to get a really good sculpt when it's NECA. So I think overall this figure looks really great. As far as his articulation goes, his head is on a ball peg and it can swivel. It can also look up about that far. It looks down a little bit. No job turkeys, sorry. His cannon can slide back and forth, but it does come out of the peg hole a lot. But it is articulated. Also, he's got hinges right here on the blaster cannon arm. Or the cannon arm, and the cannon can rotate side to side, but it can also fold back and fold forward and fold down. So I mean, no matter who you're aiming at, the cannon can pretty much follow anyone, anywhere. So that's pretty cool. The arms go up, and the shoulder pads don't get in the way, which is really good. And they go down. And the rotation, it's a little bit hindered on this side because of his pack here. But let's try it on the left side, or the right side, I mean. Right side is good. He's got a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow. And a ball. He also has a ball jointed, or ball peg, I should say, wrist. So it swivels and it can kind of pivot back and forth, in and out. Also, the wrist does swivel. And I believe this piece, no, it's just the wrist that swivels, never mind. It's not a separate piece. It can crunch forward a little, not really too much. It's kind of on a diaphragm joint, so it wants to pivot side to side. It can crunch back and forth a little bit. There's a little bit of room there. But look at the splits on him. Wow, the splits are really good. And also the leg goes forward nicely. Upper thigh swivel, right where the thigh should swivel. Nicely. Nicely done there. Is this a double jointed? Oh no, it's not double jointed. It's single jointed, but a really good range of motion on a single jointed knee. Wow. And it can also swivel at the knee as well. It can swivel at the ankle, and it does have a little bit of an ankle motion going forward and back. and does have a little bit of a pivot, not too much, but just enough to balance him properly when you're standing him. So, I don't know. End result? This is a really great figure. I really like this figure. This might be one of my favorites, to be honest with you. He's probably reusing other parts from other Predator figures. I'm not 100% sure on that either, because I only own, what, I think 3 or 4 Predator figures. I'll pause this really quick and I'll do a comparison with my other Predator figure that I have out of package. Okay, and we're back with, and I believe this is the Jungle Excursion, I believe, or Jungle Predator. And he came with his disc and a what you call it, a spear here, a retractable spear that's actually retracted here, and then he's got this. But as you can see, the size comparison here between Scar and this Predator is a world of difference. Scar is much larger. There are different types of Predators that I do know of. There's larger ones, there's smaller ones. There's ones that have different types of faces, different teeth that I know of. There's a really good website, I believe it's called alienversuspredator.org, and they have like a total breakdown of, I don't know if the site's still up, but they had a total breakdown of Alien and Predators and differentiating between which Predator race is which. So, but that's pretty cool though. Overall, like I said, he's much larger than this other Predator figure, so that's really cool. And this guy's definitely going to go in the front of my shelf. This guy looks awesome. He might actually go in my living room. He's pretty sweet, if the wife will let me. If the wife will let me. Fingers crossed. But like I said, this is definitely an awesome figure to pick up. He's got really cool accessories here. He comes with an extra hand. Let's see if I can get some overkill here. And actually, you know what? No, you can't do it in that hand. He kind of wants to hold this disc, bladed disc rang or whatever you want to call it, in the gripping hand the most. It's not really going to fit unless you kind of put it through one of these fingers here. No, doesn't really want to work on that. So pretty much on that one hand, and then you can have him hold his spear in the gripping hand. So let's attempt to do that here. There we go. That looks pretty badass. That looks pretty cool. So overall, I would definitely give this a 2 thumbs up. Go out and get Scar. There was a ton of them at my local Toys R Us. His backpack just fell off. Oh well. There was about 20 of them at my Toys R Us, including Chopper and his other brother. I can't remember his name. It's slipping my mind right now. But this is definitely an awesome figure to go pick up. If you're a Neca collector, this is already in your collection. I don't even have to tell you. But for casual fans, this is definitely a really solid figure. I would definitely go pick him up. Without a shadow of a doubt. Pretty much anything Neca, you know you're going to get a fantastic sculpt and really good articulation. Sometimes with Neca you'll get some loose joints, but for the most part, I've only had really 2 loose figures from Neca, and that was my God of War figure. And this guy's got they're a little loosey-goosey in the ankles, but nothing too bad. There is I believe a floor polish trick that you can use for your loose joints to tighten them up. So there's that. You can Google that if you want to, but I'm not going to explain it right now. Yeah, definitely 2 thumbs up for Scar here. I would definitely recommend him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.